Remember today that you may face ignorance, rudeness, and opposing opinions. Don't get caught off guard when any of these happen. They will happen at some point, so prepare to say, I knew this would happen. I will not allow it to be anything more than a mild annoyance. Don't allow this mild annoyance to ruin your day, week, year, or life. Remember today that you learn nothing when you speak, but you learn when you listen. Try to listen more. Truly listen to what people say. Can you understand them and their actions without any bias? Can you show them more empathy? Can you learn from and understand even the people you dislike? Remember today that if there is no enemy within, then the enemy outside can do us no harm. It is often your own internal dialogue which can be your worst critic. Regardless of your circumstances, you can still choose to fill your head with positive or negative, knowledge or ignorance. Your thoughts become actions, and your actions can change your life. Start with good thoughts, and it's likely over time to lead to good actions. Remember today that the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. The more you desire, the more you feel you don't have. They are rich who are content with the least. Bob Marley once said, "Money is numbers, and numbers never end. If it takes money to be happy, your search for happiness will never end." Remember today when you are struggling to see past the judgment of others. If you would not seek them for advice, then you shouldn't be putting so much thought into their criticism. Remember today that when you feel like procrastinating, you should first question yourself and your actions. Do you really wake up every morning and go to sleep every night, excited at the idea of scrolling through Twitter? What then is it that does bring you fulfillment? Learning, helping others, teaching, or anything else? Do these leave you feeling good? Why then waste your time scrolling through pages of models who digitally manipulate themselves? This does no good for you. Remember today this quote by Zan Oku. May the flowers remind us why the rain was so necessary. Don't be afraid of challenge. Don't be afraid of change. These can both give way to growth and development. Be afraid of comfort and stagnation. It is in stagnation that the mold grows, and what is living will slowly decay. What was once good is now lost. Embrace change and challenge. Accept growth. Remember today that it is the truth you are after. It is personal progress that you seek. If someone were to lambast you about your actions or beliefs, if you were called out on your mistakes, if they claim you're wrong, that you have the wrong perspective, ignore their aggression and rudeness, but look into their remarks without bias. Is there truth in what they say? Can you use this as a chance to grow? Remember today not to sabotage your future for momentary comfort and pleasure. If you burn down your home to keep warm, tomorrow you'll be without a home and you'll still be cold. Your future self is just you, but living with the circumstances of your present actions. Make the right decision so your future self is in a better position than you are now. Remember today that all hard times you have been through, the adversities that have now passed, they have left you. What remains is the wisdom and strength that you acquired. Hardships will pass, but their lessons will always remain. Remember this if you're going through difficult times. Let this guide you today if you are stuck. The Stoics believed that things are either good, bad, or indifferent. Virtues are good, vices are bad, and everything else is indifferent. When you are not sure what actions to take, try to remember this and let it be your guide. Act with virtue and not on vices. Remember that the people you will face today may be rude, ignorant, and dishonest. Don't expect to never encounter these people, and don't place the balance of your well-being in their actions. Instead, seek to learn patience, honesty, empathy, and kindness. So encounters with these people will leave you with wisdom and experience. At the day's end, you may have encountered 3 people who taught you patience by attempting to irritate you. Remember today this quote by Confucius. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Stop waiting for that dream life you have in your head and start today. Appreciate the life you have now, and understand that this is the life you get to live. You can improve it, but you have to accept it. Prepare to be ridiculed at your attempts. People will mock you whenever you do something they don't dare to do. It's easier for them to try bring you down to their level than it is to rise up to the challenge. Don't ever be halted by their doubt, and don't ever stop, for then you will face mockery again in the face of defeat. Remember today that you don't have to turn a situation into something more than it is. You can choose to let it pass, and it will disappear as a momentary annoyance. Or you can react to it, giving it more power and growth in your mind and life. You can choose to let them get to you. Remember today that it does no good to speak badly of people. It only reflects your character to the people who listen. You paint yourself as a gossiper, and they will see that you talk ill of others. Look for and talk about the good in people. Those that listen will grow confident that you have good intentions, and will believe that you see and talk good about them. It is possible that you will start to see good in everything, including yourself. Remember today that any person capable of angering you becomes your master. By reacting in anger, they win. Good decisions are not made out of anger. When a person or situation makes you feel angry, you must take a step away and let it pass. A better decision will be made later when your anger is gone. Remember today that when you look back at your past and cringe, it's because you have grown since then. Understand that some of the feelings and resentments you have of the past are because you now have a better understanding and perspective. Don't beat yourself up for understanding your mistakes and downfalls. You are growing and learning. Think before you act, especially if you're angry. You cannot take back a stone once it has been thrown. Once your character is tarnished, the damage is done. It takes years to build a character, yet it can be taken down by your own anger in seconds. Is anger really the best reaction? Does acting out of anger really benefit you? It seems you only stoop down to their level and lose integrity. Remember today that anger blinds us and removes our ability to make rational decisions. Anything anger can achieve will be better done through reason and wisdom. If a problem needs sorting, then give time to let anger pass in order to reply with the best course of action. not a reply born out of revenge. Do what is actually best, not what your anger desires. Remind yourself today that you don't have to wait for other people's approval. Their opinions do not change your truth. You are smart enough, you are strong enough, and you are brave enough. It does not matter if they tell you that you can't. You know your truth, and their approval does nothing. Give you your own approval and belief. Remember today that you have been strong enough to make it through all adversities and challenges you faced before. These struggles have only made you stronger and wiser today. Then it is true that you are strong enough to make it through your current struggles. Remember today to always be honest to yourself. Tell yourself the truth and don't lie. You know what you should and shouldn't be doing. You know what is best for you. We have all been guilty of lying to ourselves to make us feel comfortable. We might say we tried when we didn't. We might say we are better off playing games than going for a walk. We might say they wronged us when they didn't. Be honest with yourself. Face your flaws in order to grow. Remember today to be an island in a sea of craziness. You cannot control these outward forces. You can, however, be the best version of yourself. Someone who is prepared for the outcome. Someone who is ready to accept the storm. It is in this acceptance that you become an island. The waves may crash over you, but you won't drown. Others will gain hope from you. Do not go about your day seeking to criticize others. Are you not guilty of the same mistakes? Are you guilty of similar errors? If so, can you look towards improving yourself and removing these bad habits from your life? Why give so much attention to others when you can fix your own problems and improve your own life? Remember today that failure is not the end. Failure is simply a step. It is a step in the right direction. Only those who try can feel failure. Failure is the greatest teacher, and it is proof that you are trying and facing a challenge. Facing failure takes great courage and is the fastest route to growth and wisdom. Remember today not to get angry at other people's mistakes. The best path is to use it as an opportunity to teach. Don't mock people for not knowing. We all took the same path from not knowing to becoming educated in that field. They could laugh at you for not knowing something that they specialize in. Treat yourself the same way. Don't be disheartened by mistakes. Remember today that regardless of how you spend your time, it will pass. If the time will pass regardless of the things you give your energy to, isn't it better that you give your energy to the positive, the good, the things that help better your life, and the people around you? Spend your time building instead of destroying. Stop holding expectations. They can only lead to either it happening or to be let down. In the case of being let down, you receive unnecessary sadness, emptiness, or resentment. If you remove expectations, then you won't have those feelings. Whatever happens will still happen. but your emotional investments haven't been shattered. Remember today that if you put your time, energy or love into something, and you realize it's not for you, or you have made a mistake, you can stop. It can be disappointing, but you have to realize that your efforts were to realize that you belong on a different path. Don't hold on to a boiling pot because of the time it took you to boil. Remember today not to get caught up in or put your emotions in other people's gossip. Don't be stressed out or worried because of the gossip going on in their life. Don't lower yourself to be talking ill of people. It only adds negativity to your own life and creates problems that were not there. Remember today that holding on to hate will never help you. Like a great weight, all it will do is hold you back. All times the hatred you hold on to will hang on to you. Make efforts to let go of this hatred, not for them, but for you. Let go of this burden, clear your mind. Stay positive. Sometimes you don't even realize you're blocking your own blessings by thinking negatively and holding on to the past. Learn to let go.